Today I want to tell you a story about how I, hopefully, made my biggest song ever. For those of you that don't know me, my name's Dylan, and right now I'm documenting the process of making an album completely alone. As you can see here, the journey for this song didn't actually start in the studio. Instead, it starts 30,000 feet in the air on a flight almost halfway around the world. And although I didn't realize it at the time, every moment led me to this song. The first stop on this journey was Lisbon in Portugal, and after our long flight, we went straight to the Airbnb. So I'll run through the spot, the sitting area over here, and then this is kind of just how the whole spot looks. Upstairs. I don't really care. Get me in the video. Got the bed right here. Bathroom over here. Yeah, go 1 second. So at this point, we hadn't slept for over 24 hours, and I was tired as fuck. But you only get to go to these places so often. So we hit the streets and looked around. And I'm really happy we did, because where we ended up for dinner that evening really kind of started to inspire where I wanted to go with this song, even though I didn't know it. Alright, we got our food here. First dinner of the night. We got some good wine as well. And the view here is super nice. Check that out. The sky looks amazing also in this video. Now over the next few days, we kept exploring Lisbon, went to some really cool sites, went to a fucking castle, and took in the culture and music. And of course, tried a lot of food. Check out this. That looks delicious.
Well, that's pretty good.
And took a little trip to a beach town nearby, where I was greeted by the same inspiration I got in my first night in Lisbon. Living the life, babe. Living the life. But little did I know, the next city we were going to would change everything. Bum, bum, bum. Unfortunately, no time for breakfast, so I'm just eating this delicious Kit Kat. So first up, we got the bathroom over here, which is really cool. It's kind of like funky. There's a bidet over there, which we do not have in America, but I have one attached to my toilet. Then if we move over in here, go down the hallway. I really like the hardwood floors also in here. Very nice. Over here we got the bed. A cool little chandelier. It's overall very nice and peaceful vibes in here. And then if we loop around over here, it's like a nice little sitting area right over here. And then if we pop these windows open, let's see inside of the city. Very nice. Very cool. And then last but not least, a little like kind of kitchen area, which I don't think I'll use literally at all, but cool to have. And then some more views over here as well. It's actually kind of a cool little shot, just in between the windows. Now, even though we did a lot of the same things that we did in Lisbon and Porto, it was just different there. Of course, ate tons of great food, went to the beach, explored the city, but there was just something magical about Porto, especially our first night there. It's a nice bridge. That is for sure. Going up the hill. Steep ass hill. Steepest stairs. Probably can't even tell. at that moment I realized I just want to create something that at the very least is able to create this similar vibe for people. Not sure what the song will be about just yet, but I know the feeling I want to create. And so I got to work, but I guess the timing just wasn't right, as all I really ended up doing was making a couple sounds. And a few days later, when we returned to Lisbon before going to the next country on our trip, I just worked on some drums. But again, nothing. At this point, I thought, maybe this just isn't going to work out. I don't have any of my instruments, and that's fine. I'll just enjoy the rest of my trip. But when I got to Santorini, everything started to come together. Shit is catchy too. Okay, I'm gonna just not do that. Oh, it sounds fire though. Just delivered breakfast and we are eating good, my friends. Salami, potatoes with olive oil. Never mind, those are tomatoes with olive oil. Then we got some fruit over here. We got some bacon, little weenies, some sausage, some bread, scrambled eggs, espresso for the boy. Damn, looks good. So you probably can barely see it, but way over there, I'll try to zoom in. Way over there is where we're actually going to be going today.
Welcome. Thank you. I'm here to pick up you and go to reception together.
All right, we have arrived. So let's check it out. Crap, I locked myself out. My bad. All right, let's check it out. So right here we got the pool area in the room, which is super fire. Little table over here. And if you look over here, got a very solid view. I'm looking forward to seeing the sunset from here. That'll be nice. And then if we go over here, let's go into the actual room. This is pretty crazy. I am very excited to be able to do this. And goodbye, because I'm gonna live the moment now. Later that evening, I saw, honestly, probably the prettiest views I've ever seen of a city in my life. And so the next morning, while the wife was sleeping, I thought it might be a perfect time to work on the song a little bit more and kind of see where things went from there. And since I didn't have my guitar or bass, I used placeholder sounds, but here's the actual recordings. this point I had completed most of the beats, so here's how it sounded with the views from the day before. Now there was a problem though. Things had honestly gone so well that I ended up writing out all of my lyrics, but in this case I didn't have a microphone. And at this point I was so excited that I wanted to also shoot a music video. So the question was, how the fuck was I going to record my vocals and record a music video for a song that's not even finished? And it was our last day at the hotel, and I only had about an hour that my girl would be going to the spa to get everything done. So I ended up recording my vocals using my headphones microphone directly onto the computer, just so I'd have some sort of reference. And it sounded terrible, to be honest, but you know, you gotta do what you gotta do.
What are you up to next week? What about Thursday night?
And although that sounds terrible at this point, the lyrics are actually about how me and my girl had gotten married a few weeks before, as we didn't have a wedding or anything like that, and decided to instead go on this trip. But as you can see, I kind of just set the camera up everywhere, and surprisingly, even though I only had 1 hour because my girl was at the spa, I think this is the best music video I've ever made completely alone. So hope you enjoy it, and here it is.